Functions.
In this video, I'm going to introduce you to functions. Once you learn about them, you won't be able to stop using them. I sure can't. Functions aren't entirely new for you, actually. You've already used them. Type, for example, is a function that returns the type of a value. But what is a function? Simply put, a function is a piece of reusable code aimed at solving a particular task. You can call functions instead of having to write code yourself. Maybe an example can clarify things here. Suppose you have the list containing only the heights of your family, fam, and say that you want to get the maximum value in this list. Instead of writing your own piece of Python code that goes through the list and finds the highest value, you can also use Python's max function. This is one of Python's built-in functions, just like type. We simply pass fam to max inside parentheses. The output makes sense, 1.89, the highest number in the list. Max worked kind of like a black box here. You passed it a list, then the implementation of max, that you don't know, did its magic and produced an output. How max actually did this is not important to you.
Why not?
It just does what it's supposed to. And you didn't have to write your own code, which made your life easier. Of course, it's possible to also assign the result of a function call to a new variable, like here. Now, tallest is just like any other variable. You can use it to continue your fancy calculations. Another one of these built-in functions is round. It takes two inputs. First, a number you want to round, and second, the precision with which to round, which is how many digits after the decimal points you want to keep. Say you want to round 1.68 to one decimal place. The first input is 1.68. The second input is 1. You separate the inputs with a comma. But wait, there's more. It's perfectly possible to call the round function with only one input, like this. This time, Python figured out that you didn't specify the second input and automatically chooses to round the number to the closest integer. To understand why both approaches work, let's open up the documentation. You can do this with yet another function, help, like this. It appears that round takes two inputs. In Python, these inputs, also called arguments, have names, number and n digits. When you call the function round with these two inputs, Python matches the inputs to their arguments. Number is set to 1.68 and n digits is set to 1. Next, the round function does its calculations with number and n digits as if they are Python variables.
Yes, I do need to drink some water.
We don't know exactly what code Python executes. What is important, though, is that the function produces an output, namely the number 1.68 rounded to one decimal place. If you call the function round with only one input, Python again tries to match the inputs to the arguments. There's no input to match to the n digits argument, though. Luckily, the internal machinery of the round function knows how to handle this. When n digits is not specified, the function simply rounds to the closest integer and returns that integer. That's why we got the number 2. Now, how was I so sure that calling the function with a single input would work? Well, in the documentation, there are square brackets around the comma and the n digits here. This tells us that you can call round in this form as well as in this one. In other words, n digits is an optional argument. Actually, Python offers yet another way to show that a function has optional arguments, but that's something for the exercises. By now, you have an idea about how to use max and round, but how could you know that a function such as round exists in Python in the first place? Well, this is something you'll learn with time. Whenever you're doing a rather standard task in Python, you can be pretty sure that there's already a function that can do this for you. In that case, you should definitely use it. Just do a quick internet search and you'll find the function you need with a nice usage example. And there is, of course, DataCamp, where you'll also learn about powerful functions and how to use them. Get straight to it in the interactive exercises, and I'll see you back here soon.
All right. I'm gonna take a quick 2-second break so I can grab my cup, because I forgot that I even made me some stuff, because I've been summoned to hydrate. We'll be right back, y'all.
So, like, what do you do when you're bored? Bored. What do you do when you're bored? Bored. So, like, what do you do when you're bored? Bored. What do you do when you're bored? Bored. 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 Keep hanging on. Baby, keep hanging on. Just hang on. Baby,
Okay, we're back that fast, because I literally had made me some non-caffeinated coffee. Decaf, I guess that's what they call it. Like an hour ago. It's pretty lukewarm now. Whew, okay, child, so we're back. I guess we're printing out the type of variable 1. Printing out the length of variable 2, 1. And what are we doing now? What are we doing? Yeah. Use the integer to convert and... What? Oh. Are we printing it, or we're just converting it to an integer? Alright. That's what you want. Let's go. Alright, so... looks like the var1 is a list, and the length of the list is 4 elements. This is what the output is when we print it out, so that can make more sense here. So yeah, we were trying to figure out what the type is. It's a list, and it has 4 elements in it. It says maybe you already know the name of a Python function, but you still have to figure out how to use it. Ironically, you have to ask for information about a function. With another function, there's a help function. In IPython specifically, you can use a question mark before the function's name. Is that right? To get help on the max function, for example, you can use one of these calls. You can either do help max, and it'll tell you what it is, or you can do a question mark. It says use the shell to open up documentation on complex. Alright, so we're going to do help complex to see what that is. Wow. Okay, so it says complex, create a complex number from a real part and an optional imaginary part. This is equivalent to real plus imagine, where the imaginary number defaults to 0. Okay. Alright. So the answers, imaginary is optional. So it does take 2 arguments. Alright, so basically complex is a function that takes 2 arguments. You need real and imaginary. Real is a requirement and imaginary is optional, because with the imaginary, if you don't have imaginary, it defaults to 0. That's what it's telling us in this definition here. So let's submit that and let's keep it moving. Multiple arguments. In the previous exercise, the square brackets around imag and document show us that imag argument is optional. But Python also uses a different way to tell users about arguments being optional. Have a look at the documentation of sorted. Okay. By typing help sorted, you'll see that sorted takes 3 arguments: an iterable, key, and reverse. Okay. If key equals none, that means you don't specify the key. It will be none. If reverse is false, that means you don't specify the reverse argument. It will be false. In this exercise, you only have to specify iterable and reverse, not a key. The first input you pass to sorted will be matched to the iterable argument, but what about the second input? Okay. Can you paste them together and sort them in descending order? For now, we can understand an irritable as being any collection of objects list. Alright, let's do it. So, this looks like we want to make a new list called full, and we want to paste the first and the second list together. Alright. I don't think I'm doing that right. I feel like I need brackets around that, but I'm not sure. Sort full in descending order. Call it full sorted. Okay. So, what? That is not how. First, this is about to be all jacked up. Let's see if we did this right, because I don't feel like I did this right at all. Okay, so we had full, and then I added first and second together.
Yo.
Oh, you're back. What happened?
She had to open her gifts.
She just now opening her gifts?
She had more.
Oh, okay. What she got?
Um,
Oh, I did do this right.
she got, she got a LOL doll, then a LOL boy doll, some candy, some Play-Doh, and then, a friend of mine got her, adopted, a pet at the zoo, adopted a pet at the zoo for her.
Aw.
Yeah, and like her name's on like the donor wall, and like Like she gets to do like the donor lunch and stuff like that. They'll do a special picnic lunch for you. I don't know.
Built-in functions are only one part of the Python story. You already know about functions such as max to get the maximum of a list, len to get the length of a list or a string, and so on. But what about other basic things such as getting the index of a specific element in the list or reversing a list? You can look for built-in
What's going on
functions
over
that do
there?
this, but you won't find them.
Um,
In the
plans,
past exercises, you've already created a bunch of variables. Among other Python types, you've created strings, floats, and lists, like the ones you see here. Each one of these values or data structures are so-called Python objects. This string is
yeah,
an
I was like,
object.
oh, you
This
you
float
really
is an
trying to do
object.
it up.
But this list is also, you got it, an object.
Who got that?
These objects have a specific type that you already know:
Start with
string,
the N.
float, and list. And of course, they represent the values you gave them, such as lists, 1.73, and
Doing
an
too
entire
much.
list. But in addition to this, Python
I
objects
just looked
also
at my
come
wrist.
with
I
a
got
bunch of
time today.
so-called methods. You can think of methods as functions that belong to Python objects. A
Here, you
Python
can put your
object of type
paintbrushes and
string
stuff
has
in here.
methods such as capitalize and replace. But
Yeah.
also, objects of type float and list has specific methods depending on the type. Enough for the
How's
theory.
coding?
Let's try to use a method.
Oh, it's going. I'm almost done. I have a few more to do in this chapter, and then there's one more chapter to go, and then we're done for the day. Basically, it says that it takes about 4 hours to complete the course, but we're about 75% done almost, and it's only been an hour and 30 minutes.
That seemed like a brag, but okay.
Well, no, I had already did this before.
I mean, somebody bragging, but okay.
Not at all. I had did it before, but then I
No,
had to start over because I'm really trying to do this right.
normally this how long it take, but I was able to get it completed.
That's only because I've done it like a couple times.
Kenzie, you want some chicken nuggets? Yeah.
If anybody's wondering why there isn't any sound from the video, I just muted it so there's closed caption.
Is it like closed captions? Like what's it at the end be like closed captions will appear,
No,
something like that. You know what I mean?
it don't say that, but I just put it up there because for some reason when I watch and view things, I like to see the closed caption.
You need like a theme song, the opening song. Like you're coding with so the decoder.
You want to make it for me?
Code on.
Code on! No, my catchphrase is it's cookie time, even though it doesn't have anything to do with coding.
It's coding with cookies.
It's cookie time. He's still talking.
Speaking of that, I got these fillets that I'm about to cook, and I'm about to just make into tacos since I don't want like to eat like a full steak.
Some fish fillets? What kind of fillets we talking about?
Steak.
Oh.
It's like a 2-pack. I bought this 2-pack at Aldi. It's like $5. It's bacon wrap.
Mm. I do need to get some groceries.
Good luck with that.
Methods call functions on objects. Okay.
It's cold as that thing out there.
I'm not going outside.
Oh yeah, I forgot you. Notorious for ordering.
Yes, I am. Which I feel like most people are like, I don't want someone touching my groceries.
I don't want anyone touching my produce, even though I don't really get produce like that. But you know,
Why? Because you don't think they're gonna do it right?
pick it right now. And I don't know. I go off of like a lot of the times when I go, like I get inspired. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like if I'm not inspired, like I just don't want it. My scared she be talking to this kid all the time.
What's wrong with that? Am I doing this method right? Let me run this. No, I'm not. I think it goes like this. Place. Upper.
Speaking of petty,
Yeah.
my mama hate when she be like, she going home.
Don't she say that either way?
Uh-uh. Cause she said I'm going to my mama's house.
Y'all petty as hell.
Hell, you act like I coached that.
You
Don't
don't
coach
you
that.
don't you don't tell her not to say that.
Well, I mean, I can't force her to say what she want to. She a grown woman. Supposed to be like, no, don't say that.
Man. Oh, we did it. Okay. So we wanted to make place all uppercase. So we used the uppercase method on place, but we named it place up. So when you print out place, you should have the lowercase pool house, which we have. And then when you print out place up, you have the uppercase pool house. And then we're wanting to count how many O's are in pool house. So we called it on place, which you can call it on place up as well. However, you would have to use a capital O. So down here we have pool house. We have pool house in uppercase, and then we have 3 O's in pool. Let's go.
3 OZs?
No, just 3 O's.
I ain't know what you was talking about. You was talking about Full House? OZs? Like, I don't think they had that on there, but okay.
We're gonna print out the end. Stop it. What are we doing? What are we doing? Okay. So looks like it's at 0, 1, 2. Print out the index of the element 20. Oh.
3 OZs. I've been so long. Almost went.
To get the index of the first element of this.
Now I gotta fight. tell you one. I don't know if I tell you twice.
Let's
On the
see.
street, but decent enough.
Is that how you call an index? No? No, you don't. 2 is not in the list. Oh, do I call the actual number? There we go. Okay, so that's to find the actual index by calling the actual number. Yes. I'm glad I started this over. Print out how often. Okay, so that's areas. We're gonna count how many times 9.5 pops up.
I need parchment paper.
I have parchment paper.
And I just use like all the rest of it. I don't need it.
Oh.
Now, I
Well.
just need to get some. Making cookies.
Ooh,
Well, pull apart.
what kind of cookies?
Pull apart. Pull apart.
Mm.
Pull apart. Don't get too excited. Pull apart.
Boo.
Hey, sometimes you gotta cheat.
Yeah. That adds. Use a pin twice to add the size of pool house and the garage. What?
I'm about to tear up this state. Get that melted.
Use a pin twice to add a pool house and garage size.
Mm. Oh, there we go.
Oh, to like add it to the thing. Okay. Because I'm like, what are we talking about?
So I might as well take that other state. No.
You ain't gonna
That'd be
eat
fun.
it.
I know. That's why I was like, never mind. I mean, I could take it to lunch.
Are you gonna take it to
Like,
lunch and
do it.
eat it?
I don't know. I be forgetting, like, in the morning, like, I be moving and stuff. I'm moving too quick. Oh, that's some ice right there, baby.
Let me see. So we're reversing it, flipping it and reverse it. Okay, let's print out areas. Great. So
I put my game down, flip it, and reverse.
and reverse it. So we added 25 and 15, well, 24.5 and 1545 to the end of the list. So we appended it. Boom. And then we reversed the list so that 15 was in the front and 1125 was in the back. Nice.
I got a little bit too much going on right now.
You cooking and
Cooking steak, got chicken nuggets going. About to make some cookies.
pull apart.
No, it's the I haven't done these before. It's the ones that come in the tub.
Okay.
Oh man, I gotta measure these. Like I gotta scoop them. Man, ain't this something?
Don't you have like a tablespoon or something?
But yeah, I gotta like get them the right size. Like,
Just use a tablespoon.
I guess.
Does it really matter? You can make them any size you want. It's a chocolate chip.
Yep.
Mm,
Hold on, let's see. Ooh, I got a scoop thing.
like a ice cream scooper or a cookie scooper.
No, like a dry mix spoon.
Okay.
Yeah, boom. But then I still gotta roll them, don't I? Man, that's too much work.
Why are you rolling the dough if the dough's already done?
Right, to get them shaped right, right?
No, you just scoop them out and put them on there, and then when it cooks, it goes into the cookie shape.
Mm. So no matter how I scoop them,
I mean, you don't want to
it may
scoop
be
them
like
like.
different sizes.
That's why you get like a tablespoon. It will be the same size. The,
I guess.
the video is muted on purpose because we're talking, so. And they're just talking about installing packages. We don't really need to watch that. Are we on the last? Okay. We're almost done. We're importing packages, selecting an import and different ways of importing, and then we have our last and final NumPy chapter, which is, how many of these are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. We're almost there. Let's see. So we're import math. Is math capitalized? I don't know. It's probably not. Yep, it's capitalized. I think. What did I do wrong? What do you mean? Line 5?
Okay, that's done. Put a little butter on this little thing.
Maybe we should have watched the thing. Where's the slides at?
Taste that.
That's how you
Mm-hmm.
import math. What are you saying?
Mm-hmm.
I already did that part. We did methods. Maybe it's a lowercase I. I'm so case sensitive. This is what happens when you don't code in a while. Yes, a lowercase I. Where are we at? What's wrong? Oh, math.py. It did say that.
Who are you talking to?
The chat.
Uh, what's the hell? Can we rest that?
Oh, calculate the circle. Calculate the circumference of the circle and store it in C. Oh, well, maybe I should follow directions. Circumference of a circle is 2 times pi. Can I call pi like that? Times r. And the area is pi times r
Why is it so hard?
The dough?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I gotta use a regular spoon.
Squared two. There, no? No module named math.py. What you mean? Import the Mac package. Now you can access the constant pi with math.py. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I import the math. And, it says I can access pi. It should be able to just... I swear.
These cookies gonna run into each other.
Well, you might have to use 2 different pans.
It's like too much, two different work. Man, I should have went with the pull apart.
I imported the math package. And, the circumference is 2 times pi times r. I don't think it should matter if it's in parentheses or not.
All lives matter.
Oh no. I imported math. Come on.
Make these cookies.
This one's broken. Let's...
Kenzie, come eat.
You can simply use import math and then refer to pi.
That's charger.
That's what I did
You're
the
not taking my
first
charger in there.
time. But why do I have to call it like this?
No,
Really?
I said no.
Why would it have me import it like that the first time? Doesn't make any sense. Import Radians function of the math package.
No. No, you can sit there and eat. You can play on the iPad and eat. It shouldn't take you that long. Yeah.
Oh, from math. Import Radians. Travel distance of moon over 12 degrees. Jesus. Calculate the distance traveled by the moon over 12 degrees. Assign the result to this. You can calculate this as r times. Where r is the radius and pi is the angle in radians. Okay. To convert an angle in degrees to an angle in radians, use the radian function which you just imported. Calculate the distance traveled by 12 degrees. It's 12 degrees of this orbit. Okay. me see if I can just do it like this. Oh.
It's funny that I did all of this just to want some damn it. Why is she loud?
Why is she screaming?
Yeah. I did all of this just to want some Jimmy John's.
Oh, Jimmy John.
We'll finish eating now.
Would that make sense?
How long is this supposed to be in here for?
I don't know.
12 minutes.
Why pie that radiance? Hey, our Imagine Angels. I was doing it wrong. I had to create. I'm talking to the chat. I had to create the variable. I'm talking to the chat. I had to create the variable phi first, and then use the radiance function, which I imported through math package, and then from there calculate the distance of radiance times phi to get the distance of the moon over 12 degrees. I was just doing it wrong. So yeah, no, it's not pi that radiance. I thought I could just pull it in, but I never defined it first. So yeah.
Nerd.
Did you say nerd alert? Don't do that. I'm a nerd. I don't care. How you doing today, Imagine Angels? Thanks for joining my stream. I'm here with my friend Simba. We're just chatting while I'm doing this Intro to Python course in data science because I'm going through the data scientist certification. So I'm starting over. Where are we at? There are several ways to import packages, yada yada yada. Suppose you want to use the function, okay, which is in the if you okay. Which package is it in? Okay, so I feel like it would be this. No? Oh, I didn't even put it in the shell. Alright, let's try them out then. Steak are frying, huh?
Yeah, I had to put that mug back on. It's a little bit too rare for me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That mug was under the seat.
Under the sea. Let's see, that one didn't work. Let's try. Have you done any graduation? No, I have not graduated in computer science or anything like that. I'm pretty much just a teaching myself. I did do a computer science boot camp back in 2020, and it was cool. It's just that it was so fast paced. Like, it was a 6-month course, but it was literally just cramming Python. It crammed Python. What do we do? Can't even think right now. Python, pandas, NumPy. We were learning machine
And
learning and like everything. So it was just so much information in a short amount of time.
I got broads in Atlanta. Never seen the thunder. Never see the thunder. Never see thunder.
Cramming, sir.
What?
Not you. The chat was talking about some cramming Python. Little little innuendo. You guys.
Huh? I don't know.
Oh, I put a. That's probably why it didn't work. I put a period instead of a comma. We gotta run that code again. Because I feel like it's. Let's run it again because I effed up. This is what happens when you trying to type out stuff. Flag on the play. How about you, Imagine Angels? Have you taken any courses or graduated from a computer science course or anything? It's a lot to freaking type out. Okay, you know what? One of these, clearly. That's what I typed in. Probably because I already typed in all the other imports. Whatever. We're done with this chapter.